force in me, 1,800 pounds is very sufficient, but it just, it works out very well. What's our value proposition? What's in it for our business? You see that often, too often. The garbage cans that are overflowing, you have to push on that door. You hear it so often. Wow, I don't have to push on the door. It just opens up and I can dump my trash. I talked about customizable. This particular machine is in a McDonald's in Chicago. That McDonald's operator had just remodeled his restaurant to the tune of probably $500,000. Now, he was either going to buy garbage cans, new garbage cans, which would display the garbage for everybody and have those hand issues, or he put that appliance in. And that's how I really like to present it. We bring an appliance in to replace the garbage cans in a food environment. And we try to make them not only efficient in terms of compacting the trash and cleaning the trash, but also we like to customize them so that aesthetically they fit into their environments. So how do we bring a return to our customers? Today we all hear, do more with less. We try and create more efficient operations. We increase the trash capacity by up to 10 times per receptacle and empty the trash when it's convenient. They can predict when they're going to have to empty the trash. Planned maintenance as opposed to unplanned maintenance. Find time, redirecting labor to higher priority tasks. We're currently in a Lakeville school, and yesterday we've done our baseline, and yesterday was the follow-up. And we're about creating efficiency and trying to find where we can redirect that labor to higher priority tasks. Their problem right now is they're understaffed. Do more with less. So they said, this is perfect because the current staff we have, we can redirect them to the spills, to everything else that's happening in that school, including the restrooms. And in terms of money, we reduce the labor costs. We reduce the amount of money that's spent on handling trash. Potentially, and in several cases, we reduce the waste hauling costs. If we're compacting that trash down, and quite frankly, I've seen it where we can compact it down into this nice little cube, you can literally set them into the dumpster and stack them. We reduce the quantity of plastic, and we haven't talked about it yet, but compostable trash bags used. So, in case studies, in a McDonald's, in a high-volume McDonald's, we save them 5,496 bags a year. In Alliance Bank Center, which is a food court in downtown St. Paul, we save them 15,286 bags in a year. In a healthcare cafeteria in Baltimore, in a Veterans Administration location, 6,205 bags. Now that's 26,000, almost 27,000 bags that won't go into the landfill. Great achievement. But as we move into compostable trash, which I believe compostable trash and recycling is clearly in its infancy, and we're working with some compostable trash, and we'll get into that, but those bags begin at 90 cents and go to $1.50 a bag. So being conservative and using 90 cents as a number in those 3 locations, we can cut their bag costs when they do switch over to compost by $24,288. That's 3 locations across the country. think green. I always like to bring the money aspect up first because every businessman is looking for a return on investment. They like the green. Everybody likes the green. How am I going to afford it? Well, we talked about the savings. What are the benefits as far as green? They enhance the overall brand image. It's clean and green. Clean up the dumpster area. How many times have we seen a dumpster that's overflowing? It's just typical. Well, if you can just reduce that volume, get all of it back down into the dumpster, and we provide a higher quality bag so they're not torn, the paper's not flying around the neighborhood. We support the green or sustainability focus. Quite frankly, we reduce the trash volume sent to landfills. Not the weight, the volume. So we compact it, we make it more efficient. By doing that, we reduce the carbon footprint from reduced bag use and reduced trash hauling. Now, we create efficiency with generation of methane gas. How do we do that? Just by compacting the trash. This is something I've learned. I talk to the people at the landfills and they say, compacted trash, just when it's covered over and they drill the wells down to mine that methane gas, it's so much easier to drill through something that's substantial, that's firm. Now, we know that at the landfills, they use large earth-moving equipment to drive back and forth over the trash to compact it. So they understand, they're trying to get that volume down too. What we're saying is come back to the source where the trash is generated. It's a much more efficient way to compact it than to take these bags and drive large earth movers over. Quite frankly, the front room trash, it's much more efficient to compact it there. If you take it to the back room, now you have this big balloon you're trying to crush down, and you have a certain amount of pillow effect generated by that. We do case studies for our customers. We do a baseline ahead of time. We count bags, we weigh bags, we look how far are you hauling this trash. How much time are you spending on trash? And what are your real pain points? So, in this particular coffee shop, they had 4 garbage cans before we came in. No compactors. Took up 16 feet of floor space with garbage cans. Their landfill bags were 9, recycled bags 8. So the bag cost was $59 a month. We go into the round trips, the cycle time. So the total labor cost a month to empty their trash. You get those parameters ahead of time, and we come in with our piece of equipment. Now, we offer a service. We don't sell the equipment. It's much more cost effective. It's a rent versus buy approach, much like your copiers. They're able to keep up with technology because any advances, we're going to come and implement those into the equipment. At the end of their lease period, they have the option to say, take this one out. We want to do something new. If they remodel, we have the ability to change the skin and customize it to their current needs or conditions. So, at a bag cost, they'll save $59 a month because we provide them. Their labor costs went from $959 to about $213, savings of $746. A total savings per month in that location, $805. Now, the compactors are $175 a month. Includes the equipment, includes the first 30 bags, includes any maintenance that equipment is ever going to require. You don't need any kind of black tie policy. We offer the best one there is, because if you have any kind of problem, and as you well know, any piece of mechanical equipment sooner or later is going to have a problem. It's our problem. So it's very cost effective for our customers. So their return on investment with 2 compactors and 36-month agreement with us is $455.37 a month, along with all the other benefits. I want to move, in the interest of time, to some compostable stuff that I'm doing. It's very exciting. Everybody's seen where the paper towels are overflowing. This is in a Super America very near where I live. They have the option of the hand dryer, but they're choosing paper towels. And when customers are given the choice, this picture kind of answers the question, which do they prefer? Part of the reason they prefer that, this is a case study taken off the internet. Hand dryers not only put water on the floor and on the wall, but they spread germs. In this particular case, the person that was doing the test found that even the contamination on his lab coat increased from the hand dryers. Hence, in a lot of cases, we're just not seeing more hand dryers. It doesn't really work. This is a picture taken at Target Field. We've all seen that. In between innings, everybody uses the restroom. We generate a tremendous amount of trash. There again, what do? Bigger garbage cans? More garbage cans? No, I don't think so. This particular cube comes out of a restroom in a Lakeville boys school restroom. We put a compactor in there because it was their request to test it. So this was our baseline, and this was a demonstration. That's a compostable bag. That bag costs 90 cents. They normally dump a bag like that out of that restroom every day. We dump that compactor after 10 days. That cube weighs 23 pounds. Very manageable. And you can see how well it's compacted and how uniform it is, and that's what I talked about. Handling, right now, hauling compostable trash is expensive because it's new. You can imagine how many of those you can get in a 3-yard dumpster. Don't throw them in. Stack them. I think that we're going to show this video as well, because the question would be, how are you going to handle those towels? They work. It works in a restroom like this, but quite frankly, tomorrow, my partner, who joined us and is seated in the back of the room, Jeff Polk, will be presenting to the Twins organization. Whether it's the Twins or whether it's the universities, at all these sports facilities, we're trying to create something that... The important thing here, you can see that door open and close. This is what it's going to look like in the middle of a sporting event. Now that red light indicates that we're compacting, but you see they're still making deposits. There's no problem with that. As soon as that red light stops blinking, the green light comes back on. Now we're back in service. The motion sensor sees the paper towels, opens up, and continues to accept deposits. And what we're doing is, we'll find out from the Twins how this will work. We can do 30 deposits a minute.